He's the orb changer Fizz Rosé needed. How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we have the details for the Super EZA Fizz Goku Black. We all anticipated this guy to be dropping sometime around now with the details, considering his banner goes live in just a few days. So let's go ahead. We're going to take a look at what he's doing and kind of talk about my overall thoughts on what this guy does. If you guys tuned into the live stream, you guys saw kind of like my first quick glance at what he's doing and my initial reaction. I've had some time to think on it, and I kind of want to go over that. So let's go ahead. Let's jump in. Shout out to Garesh for getting out these translations here as quick as always. So on his Super EZA, remember that leader skills and super attack effects will not change. It is strictly the passive, right? So on this Super EZA, he's getting attack and defense 50% per key sphere obtained. 50%, not 35, 50% per key sphere obtained, right? We have seen how powerful that effect is. He has defense 150% when attacking, when collecting 3 or more key spheres. He has key 1 and attack and defense 30% with each attack received, up to key 5 and attack and defense 150%. So he can build normally through his passive as well. He randomly changes key spheres of certain type to rainbow key spheres, as well as giving himself an additional 10% per key sphere obtained when there's a Goku's family enemy or when all allies are super bosses. So on a super bosses team, which this was the character that Rosé needed, mind you, full super bosses rotation, right? Imagine you have 2 Rosés, slot 1 and slot 2. Domain is active, and then you've got this guy getting 60% per key sphere obtained. Not 50, 60% per key sphere obtained. He also has a chance to perform a critical hit 20% every time he receives 3 hits in battle. That is stackable, right? So every time he gets 3 hits, he gets another 20%. So eventually he will get to a point where he has guaranteed crit, right? So you don't really need crit on this guy for that matter, right? You can easily invest into some additionals and some dodge pretty safely with him, given that he basically has a guaranteed crit. He also randomly changes key spheres of a certain type other than Fizz to Fizz spheres when there's a superclass enemy, and gives defense to all extreme allies 30%. So honestly, this is everything we could have asked for and more for this guy's Super EZA. Again, about a week ago, he was next to useless. Now he at least can enjoy some playability. I think that's the thing we need to remember with these Super EZAs, is they are more or less free characters, at least for right now, right? They are more or less free characters that were not viable, and now they are, right? Is this guy going to be tanking Beast Gohan Super? No, and you shouldn't be judging him based on that fact. You should look at what he's doing for the team he was made to Super EZA with, and does he serve a function on that team? What I'm seeing here is a overwhelming answer of yes, right? This dude right here, once domain goes up, I mean, even in his post-domain or pre-domain state, he needs rainbow orbs. And with those rainbow orbs, right, the more he gets, the more supers he does. You want to be consistently getting 4 to 5 rainbow orbs with this guys, which with his own rainbow orb changing alone can be difficult. But with a second rainbow orb changer on the team like this Goku Black, it makes it that much easier to get those 10 attacks off of his 5 rainbow orbs. With the 5 rainbow orbs, the 10 attacks, he starts to snowball with his extra attacks because of the updated mechanics that they gave to his passive, right? So previously he just auto-supered after 5. Now he auto-supers after 5, and then again after 10, right? And it carries each turn, right? So the more he's doing, the more supers he's going to be doing. I mean, you only get them for 2 turns, right? 2 to 3 turns, so you have to make use of that. But given that, he's honestly pretty darn good, especially with a guaranteed rainbow orb changer now with this guy. So, I mean, realistically, you're running him on Rosé's team, you're running super bosses. This is a no-brainer. This guy is exactly what Rose and the Super Bosses team needed, especially when you consider the Super Bosses team also contains Kefla, right? Kefla doesn't need links. Kefla just needs orbs, right? If any of you have tried to run Kefla on Broly or on Rose, or really on any team, she just works. You just need to feed her the orbs. A second rainbow orb changer to this team makes that so much easier, and she does still get the buff, I think, from his domain, right? Because his domain, let's see, I think the domain technically falls under here, right? Yeah, it buffs super bosses, so she gets the buff from his domain. She gets 10%, not 20, but that's still 10% more than she had before. So, I mean, honestly, it's a no-brainer. This dude is astounding. He's great. Now, and I think what I'm seeing, right, a lot of people are basing it off of these calcs here, and I love Halvard. Halvard does such a great job here when calculating the units, but he only calculated 6 key spheres. 6 key spheres, because that's an average, right? That's assuming average scenario with most nuking style units, 6 orbs. However, consider, right, this guy is on a team with multiple orb changers, changing rainbow orbs himself. You're more than often going to be seeing more than 6. But even then, look at what we're dealing with here. Let's 6 on your first turn, 700k. You're probably tanking most normals in no matter what fight you're in with 6 orbs, right? Fusion Zamas, right? 500k attack. That's already, right? Start of turn might be a bit of struggle, but again, that's only with 6 key spheres. You grab more, then you're fine. Full build up, start of turn is 737k, right? With his super after those 6 orbs, he's 1.1 million. If you're on a full Super Bosses team, which you will be, he's looking at 1.3 million. Right, with 40% support, 1.4, and that is with the minimum of 6 orbs. You're gonna be getting more than that, and so it's only gonna be higher. At the point where he hits 1.7, he is tanking every super in the game, except for Beast Gohan. That's it, right? Gogeta's AoE might be a bit of a struggle for him, right? But he's tanking every super in the game. And then maybe... Actually, Gogeta's super would probably hurt him too, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, Beast Gohan and Gogeta's super are probably deadly for him. Well, maybe not deadly. He would survive, but like he's not tanking it unless you get like a full field of orbs. But even then, why would you expect that on a Super EZA? I think that's the big thing here. Like, nobody should be expecting this Super EZA to be, like, better than any of the recent Dokkan Fest releases, right? Even Kid Buu, as amazing as he is, right? He is, I mean, even with looking here at Goku Black, I still say Kid Buu is probably the best Super EZA so far. He still gets destroyed by a lot of crazy hits, but that doesn't make him not useful. That doesn't make him not good for the team. And I think people need to try to remember that when we're talking about these Super EZAs. With Goku Black, he's a great orb changer. He does everything he needs to for Super Saiyan Rose's team. I honestly see nothing wrong. I'm really happy with this unit, and I can't wait to test him out on Global. Hopefully we don't get messed over here on Global and we get this guy sometime soon like they did with the Trunks. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but that's my hope, is him coming to Global soon. So guys, that is it for the video. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, what are your thoughts on PHY Goku Black's Super EZA? I like him. He's everything Rose needed and more, and for me, that is good enough. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.